Okay, all happy Merry Christmas a few days before Christmas here. And we're back playing SimCity, not SimCity, City Skylines. So, a few things I've been doing since last broadcast here. What I've done is I've decided to try to play, looked around online, just try to see how to make my city more lifelike. And what I did was I loaded up a couple of additional mods and also lookup tables. And one of the ones I did was theme mixer, theme mixer 2. And theme mixer 2, you actually can load up different types of themes here. You can play around with the terrain colors, the textures, everything else like that. Essentially, you can make it look pretty make it look like whatever you want. Actually, you can make it look like Mars. You can make it look like anything. So I decided to make mine look like a little bit like the Desert Southwest here. Kind of trying to go for that. Um, so if you remember, a couple days ago, this was all pretty green and typical city skylines, but now it looks pretty much more of a drier environment here. I also managed to break all of my mods while doing this, and had to actually reload all my mods and everything. It was a bit of a hassle, but it happens sometimes. So, what are we going to be doing today? Oh, the other thing as I did is I also straightened out my mods and straightened out especially the ones for the doing the roads, to make it look much more like North American, United States roads. So you notice that too. Um, I started populating some signs. I don't know if you noticed that sign right there. Uh, yesterday, the other day when we were looking at this stuff, we were going through the signs and just going over them, seeing what they were. So I started adding them, sprinkling them around. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're doing that and also just kind of doing just some basic cleanup and basic modifications. So one of these things is going to do like move it. We talked about move it a few days ago. Move it's a really good mod tool, so you can move things around. Like I just moved that, move that the road, those couple lanes over. Yeah. So let's see, what do we want to do here? Okay, so one of the packs that I did download a few days ago was a bunch of billboards. Also, you see a couple billboards here that I populated. There's one of the billboards I've added. Very typical billboards you find in the United States. There you go, there's the other side of it. Also downloaded, I think you remember seeing some of these signs here, like this one. And this motif, it looks actually with this theme, with the Southwest theme, it actually looks pretty good. Let's see, let's try to find a vehicle we can jump into here. Oops, just because I'm still in. There we go. Oops. Move it mode. So you see that billboard? That billboard looks pretty good right there. And that sign right there, which we just passed by, looks pretty good there too. Oh, so there's a right there. As you see, the exit 25 sign is a procedural object. I talked about that the other day. How you actually can make dynamic signs, have start off with blank signs, and add lettering or add logos onto there to make signs whatever you want. So, so I think what we need, one of the first things we need right here is going to be a merge sign. So let's use find it, and let's type in the word merge and see what we can come up with. Okay, so let's do this one. should be able to spin this around. There we go. Let's just plop that down here. Just let people know there's a merge coming up here. Okay, and there's going to be another merge up here too. As you hear, there's some Christmas music going on in the background. Hope that doesn't bother people. It's got a little music on Spotify playing. And so this, here's another merge sign. Let's put that one there. Okay. Okay, so there's a couple merge signs. I populated some exit signs around already a few days ago. Let's do another one. Merge sign up here. Okay, spin him around. So when spinning him around, I'm holding the right mouse button. That will spin the merge sign around. There we go. And it looks like I got a merge sign already up on that one down over there, so I don't need that. Okay, so there's a merge sign there. Other thing I'm going to add is at the end of most freeway entrances, there's a do not enter sign or wrong way sign. Just in case people go the wrong way. So I'm going to do that. Do not enter. I'm going to put that over here. That sign looks awfully big, doesn't it? I think that's just a mistake here. Yeah, much better. You know what it was? It was being caught up on this power line here. So it made it look like it was actually much bigger when it actually was just floating in the air. Let's put him here. Scroll in there. Let's put him right there and put him right there. Okay. And then I'm going to put one. Where else do we want to put one? Let's put one here, because people tend to turn. You'd be surprised how often people will turn onto the off-ramp from a regular road, thinking that that's actually the way to get to the freeway. Let's put that one there and put that one there. Okay, so there's that one. Let's see, where else do we need one? That's the freeway entrance sign, so we'll put some freeway entrance signs there. Let's look over here. There should be a couple do not enter signs that need to be over here too. So let's look for that. Right here. Oops. Okay, let's put one right here. And there you go. Alright, there. And another one right there. Okay, and I think that does it for. See, I guess we should put one over here too. A couple over here. Just for symmetry. Okay, let's see. One right there. One right there. Do not enter, do not enter. There you go. Let's see, what else do we need? So we did already put the exit sign on this over here. I don't remember if I did the procedural object on this one though. Don't think I did. So why don't we do that? Okay, I'm gonna have to remove this guy here. And I'm gonna put a new one in there. And I'm gonna turn it into a procedural object. So exit only sign. So we need the one that has the spacing in it so that I can put some let's see, so I need this one here. And it says convert into procedural object up here. You see that up there. Click on that. Now that converts into a procedural object. So what you do first of all is you place it. Okay, and get this out of the way. You can click on it, select it, move, hold the right mouse button just like normal, and you can spin it around. Okay, there you go. And then you can edit it. So I click it, edit, and I'm going to go text customization right here. Click on text customization. Oopsie, off the screen. Okay, there you go. So this is what this is the space you have to work for. So I want to add a text field, and the words I want to add is I want to go exit 25, just like the other one. So you see 25 right up there in the left-hand corner. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so it matches. I'm going to make it bold. Okay. So, oops. I'm going to make it bold. Make it a little bit bigger here. I thought I made it bold. There it is, bold. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Move it up a little bit more. Great. And that's it. So now, oh, you can also do different fonts. Here you can do different arrows. Also do different highway shields. There's all sorts of different highway shields from all the different states. So unfortunately it does that. There you go. Okay, so we go to that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, so now you can see that the actual thing says 25 on there. Pretty nifty, huh? So that will stay there. That number will stay there from now on. So that's kind of a nifty thing. Those other things are called procedural objects. You can get that as a mod. On one of the workshops, I use Steam Workshops, so it's on there. It's quite an easy. Once you get the, I mean, you can actually add also other pictures and logos and other colors and stuff like that on there. As you can see, it's a pretty handy little tool, and I'm still learning how to use it. So let's see. So the opposite of that I want to do is I want to put a freeway entrance here. Okay, and I'm gonna move this guy here just to line up across here. And I'm gonna move this one over here. Right there. Okay. So that should now say freeway entrance. Let's take a look at it. One of the mods I found that was pretty useful, I believe it's called what's it called? Here, let's take a look at it. Let's see. Options. It's one that actually can show you how complex all your assets are. So there's a procedural objects ones I was just talking about a second ago. Oh, where is it? Those of you watching it are probably going to see it. It's one of these things you're probably seeing it, and I'm not seeing it for some reason right now. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Oh well, anyway, if you hit M here, oopsie, control, yeah, man. Okay, mesh info. That's what it's called, mesh info 1.3, 1.3.3. What it does is it shows you all the assets you've loaded and the impact they have on your performance. So say we want to see what building is actually causing you most slowdown of your computer. You can take a look at it here, and you can see the park guard helicopter, which I already got rid of. I haven't reloaded my computer yet, but anyway, it's not optimized. not exactly sure what the numbers are here, but essentially if it's red, the higher up they are, if they're red, the more you want to consider whether or not you want to get rid of it or not. If you read some of the stuff online about how to use mesh info, it talks about how if you only have one or two of them, it's not one or two of that object is not too bad, but you got a whole bunch of them, it starts weighing down your computer. So it's also a matter of whether or not how much you want the object. For example, one of the objects I have is a space shuttle. It's a little space shuttle launch pad. It's on the other side of the map there. I only got one of them on the map, entire map. It's pretty cool. I like it. So I'm gonna take the penalty hit here for that. I'm comfortable with that. Same with the town hall. Electricity relay station is also okay. The helicopter though I wasn't even using. I only had like one of it, so I got rid of it. Um, and when I mean get rid of it, you have to actually completely unsubscribe to it. So for it to be removed, because otherwise, if you've already subscribed to it, when you fire up City Skylines, it's going to upload. It's going to upload that object into the game. So even though you're not using it, it's still going to be a bit of an impact on you. So to get rid of it, you have to unsubscribe from it. So that was kind of a handy little thing. I found a whole bunch of assets that I got rid of that I wasn't really using, and or decided that it just wasn't worth the performance impact hit I was seeing. And it's interesting, the ones that I got rid of, if you look at if you actually look at some of the comments on some of these objects, the ones I got rid of, the common complaints are that these objects are not optimized because other people were seeing it using mesh info and seeing that there was a problem with it. So okay, so let's see. Let's move him here. I'm going to rotate this guy around. Oh, come on. Come on, mouse. Play with me here. Okay, there we go. Just spin you around some more. Okay. And then move you around here. Okay, and it's an artifact of playing around and messing up my assets and stuff like that. Somehow I got trees that grew up all over the map. So I've been slowly going through and cleaning up the map a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what caused that, but as I was reloading my mods, I noticed that suddenly all these trees appeared everywhere, all over the map, in places where they're not supposed to be. So, so I just been cleaning it up. So let's see. Let's put the freeway entrance signs over here too. Okay. And in the background right now, they're playing Dominic the Donkey, which is a really bad song. Bad Christmas song. It's, I believe it's from the 50s. And it's Dominic the Italian Christmas Donkey or something. It's really bad. Let's see. I would put it on the speakers, but I don't want a copyright strike from YouTube. So if you want to hear how bad Dominic the Donkey is, look it up on Spotify or Pandora or whatever, and be amazed about how bad it is. First time I heard it, I was like, is this serious? But it supposedly did really well when it first came out as a novelty song, and it has been with us ever since. It's pretty bad. Okay. Great. Okay, so I think I got all this here. What I am going to do is I'm going to add a couple more things. So I got this one here, next services. There you can see it has McDonald's, even though I don't have a McDonald's there. Let's see. So I'm going to add another one here. What do I want to add here? I want to add another services sign or something, just because I think it'd be kind of neat to have one here. Let's try to find one. Not watershed. Okay, so we did this one already, I think. That one we already have. I think this is the one we already have here. Oh no, it's a different one. Okay, so let's put that there. Let's put one up here. Alright, a little closer. You know how they always happen to have like a whole bunch of them, typically right before the exit. And what I'm going to do is going to put it on this side of the exit too, so that people coming from this side of the freeway will know what's coming up. Looks like there's might be already one there already. Yep, I put the other one on there already, so let's put this one up a little further up this road. Right here. Spin him around. Voila. Okay, let's see, what else can we... I think I got the, thought I got the exit 40 mph signs on here already. If not, we will add one. And we don't, so let's add one. Let's see. There it is. Oops. Exit 40 mph sign. And let's spin them around. So you may be wondering what's the point of adding all these signs and everything else like that in there. You know, I mean, performance-wise, there's really not that huge a performance hit on these things. So, in my opinion, they kind of add... I think it adds a little bit more to the realism of it, personally. Especially when you have the first-person driving mod enabled, and you can drive around your city. It just makes it makes it look a little bit more realistic. I think other people pointed out that City Skylines, unlike hang on, come on. Oh, that's right. I can't move it because it's a procedural object. Okay. That's the other thing. With procedural objects, you cannot use move it. Move it and procedural objects don't get along together, so you actually can't. So you have to actually, to move it, you have to actually click on the procedural objects move and move it that way. You know what I was saying? Yeah, as unlike like SimCity, City Skylines has kind of evolved much more into a, I don't know, it's almost like a modeling game. It's kind of like a customization modeling, city modeling thing. And I don't know if you can actually, it's still a game, but they there's a little bit more to it now than just growing your city. I mean, it's the challenge of it is, in some ways, is to make it look realistic, which I think is kind of a nifty thing. So, and that has to do with the strong modding community that's out there. Because there's a really strong modding community out there, and there are mods being introduced almost every day. Considering how old this game is, it's quite impressive that it's still actively being worked on. So I think it's a testament to both the quality of the game and the flexibility it has to be able to do things with it. I also think that it also shows how there is an appetite out there for sandbox games, right? We know like Minecraft and things like this, but for more realistic sandbox games, like a city construction game. I guess that's what you want to call it. It's like a city simulation game. So there we go. Let's see as we're driving along. here. One of the things I noticed if you look online at YouTube, you'll see a bunch of people uploaded videos of just drives around of their city. I attempted to upload one yesterday or a couple days ago. You see on my website. I apologize for the quality of it. It's pretty bad. It's my first attempt at doing it. The resolution is really bad on it. I apologize. And I had to try to figure out a way to compress it to make it go faster. I had to speed it up because otherwise it would take forever. And found out I didn't have any type of none of the tools that I had um, allowed me to speed it up and record it. So I used an online service to do it, a free service, and they put a watermark on it, which kind of sucks. And they also degraded the quality of the image, so that kind of sucked too. But I debated on putting it up there or not, but I decided to just put it up there for now and see how many people look at it. So I'll probably redo it. Actually, I am going to redo it, and probably eventually we'll just take that one, the first one down, because it is pretty bad. So let's see. One thing I did find was I had a bunch of, while I was going through my assets the other day, cleaning them all up, I had a bunch of duplicate assets because I've been playing this game since it first came out. Some of the assets and stuff have been updated, and so I had a bunch of duplicates. And so so what I was noticing was that there was a lot of the same vehicles. There was a disproportionate number of certain types of vehicles. Like for example, there's a Shell tanker, Shell oil tanker that's in here, and there's like a whole bunch of them in there, and and it was because there was multiple instances of that in my asset list, I believe. And so when I was picking assets randomly, right, it actually was a higher percentage of it to higher probability for it to pick up the Shell one several times, which is what it was doing. So I think that's floating. Is that floating? Yeah, that's floating. Well, like a floating barrel. Okay. Let's see. Now, supposedly you can actually move these things down. Like that. Ta-da. Oops. Oh, I don't want you to go into the ground. Okay. Is that going to work? There you go. So move it can also allow you to move things vertically, as I did there. I think that one actually got a little submersion in the ground, but yeah, it'll work. Let's see. I also need an exit sign here too. Let's see. Let's put an exit sign. And I want an exit sign with a ramp warning. Because this is a pretty tight corner. Okay, let's put that here. So it's exit 25 miles per hour. So people know to slow down. And there's a 40-mile-per-hour sign there. One of the other assets I found the just yesterday was the realistic. It was called realistic on ramps, and it looks pretty interesting. I actually I downloaded it, but I actually haven't had a chance to take a look at it, see what it actually does. This clearly was put out by somebody from the UK because it's driving on the it was driving on the left hand side of the road, and he says in there in his description that he's going to be putting out the left hand driving one pretty soon. And once he does that, I'm going to see what I can do with it. It looks pretty interesting. It looks a lot more. The intersections he has looks a lot more realistic than the ones that like this right here, because these just look. I mean, these just look. They're just bad. I mean, they function really well, but realism-wise, they're just not. They just don't look realistic. I'm not trying to say that they're bad. I mean, I like them a lot. They're great. I could never build them myself, but yeah. But somebody has come out with a little toolkit that you can actually use to make ones that look a lot more realistic. So okay, and that one's gonna be those guys are gonna be floating in the air also. So I want to put this down here. Let's move these down. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am actually hitting the page down key. Okay, I'm moving them over here. There you go. There you go. And right here, we're also going to want to put exit sign here too. So yesterday afternoon, I decided to go do my Christmas shopping at one of the local malls, and it wasn't too busy, which I've noticed. I also did patrol at one of our malls, Christmas patrol at one of our malls a few days ago, and and it wasn't too busy, not like they used to be. The malls are nowhere near as busy as they used to be. So, which is, I guess that's unfortunate. There was that picture online I saw a few days ago. It was an intersection in New York City, and it was a gridlocked, and the entire gridlock was made up of Amazon delivery vehicles, which I thought was pretty funny. But it kind of shows you that the economy still people are still buying things. They're just not buying them in the stores. So, but yeah. So I went to the local mall, uh, and one of the things I bought was bought from my was bought I bought a gift card to Steam for Steam, and when I was at the store, I thought about it. I was like, I could just buy this online, um, and just give it up that way on electronically. But since I was at GameStop, I thought, it's the same price being online and and not. So I'm right here right now. Why don't I just buy it here and then I'll just give some whatever commission GameStop gets for selling those things, because clearly they have to get some sort of commission from Steam. So you know so that's what I did. So I just decided to buy a gift card from there instead of just doing it online. Because I mean, retailers, they gotta make a living, and online shopping is great and all, um, but it's people gotta work, and yeah, people gotta work. So, and not everyone can work in the Amazon warehouse delivery place. Not everyone wants to work there, so having places like GameStop and stuff, Best Buys, there's still a place for them in the world. Um, Clearly, there are not going to be as many of them as there once were, but you know, we still need some of them, in my opinion. So, so I try to support them when I can, but I'm just as guilty. I order a lot of my stuff either online or through Amazon. Also, in fact, somebody's sending something to me online, and I got like a online message from with a tracking number. I have no idea what it is or who's sending it to me, but it's supposed to be arriving here in a few days. I guess I'll find out when it gets here. At least I hope it's for me. So let's see. Let's try to find the exit one here. There you go. Let's put there. So, what is everyone's plans for the holidays? I am gonna be working Christmas Day, I believe, and got a dinner invite for Christmas night to go to Benihana's. The one of those. This Benihana's is a Japanese steakhouse, and they're kind of fun. They put on a show. It's not very truly authentic Japanese, but they're fun. So I got an invite for that. So I'll probably go into that for Christmas dinner. Oh, this got moved over here. What happened here? Every once in a while, something. I think sometimes these things just move out. Oh, I know what happened. What? Oh, I see what's going on. I didn't put it. I didn't put it down right. I put it floating in the air. Huh? Okay, let's move it. Move it. Okay, let's put him down there. There we go. Let's see if that does it. He's still up in the air, so I'm gonna put him down. So I'm gonna do page down a few times. Going down. There you go. Oops. Foop. Did it too much. There you go. That should work. Yeah, it's floating still a little bit, but what the heck. Yep, there you go. Okay, let's see. Where else do we need something? On this side here. So I'm gonna be doing that. Going out to dinner at a Benihana. It was about the only thing that's open around here. And so yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing. Working during the daytime, working Christmas Day, and that should be fun. Haven't been to one of those in a long time, so. And they put out these, like I said, these. If you've never been to one of them before, there's it's a Japanese style of cooking. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, what's the name of it called? Teppanyaki. That's it. So teppanyaki, which essentially is a very hot surface that you can fry things on, and it's like I said, it's fun. I don't know what else to say about it. So let's see, let's put some barrels here. Put some barrels here, and let's just move these down a little bit. Let's see. I guess today was Rise of Skywalker's also the premiere of Rise of Skywalker. There's been a lot of controversy about that film, and I grew up with I grew up with original Star Wars, Empire, Star Wars, now called A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I saw those when those first came out, and they were a lot of fun. I liked them a lot. I didn't really get too much into the next set of trilogies, episodes 1 through 3, Phantom Menace and stuff like that. And but what I did like is I did like the Clone Wars and also Rebels, which was the animated versions that came out. Those are pretty good. If you haven't seen either of those, I highly recommend that you watch them. Clone Wars actually does fills in a lot of the backstory of during the actual Clone Wars itself. Follows the adventures of Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and also introduces a new character known as Ahsoka, who is a Jedi in training. Um, it fleshes out the that universe that um, pre Death Star, pre Order 66 universe of the Jedi's pretty well, and it's pretty good. Um, so I watched. I like those. I saw uh, Force Awakens when it came out. I didn't watch it in the theater. I saw it on I don't know where I saw it. Anyway, I saw it I think on DVD, and yeah, I don't know, something about it just I just didn't like it. And then also saw Last Jedi, and that one just I don't know, that one just didn't do it for me either. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about how it's all this how there's all social justice warrior aspects of it and things like that. And I can see people saying that. I can see with their point of view on that. But I just thought it was just a bad. They were just bad movies. I just didn't think they were that fun. Um, so it just were. I don't know. They were just like action scenes, and yeah, the new trilogy, in my opinion, lacked. Um, it lacked the characterizations. The original trilogy did extremely well with Han, Luke, and Leia. Yeah, there was Chewbacca there too, but his character was pretty much there was not much character development with Chewbacca. Um, but there was a pretty good dynamic between the three of those. And in the second set of trilogies, um, there was Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme. But oh my God, was the dialogue horrible on that one. um, they tried to recreate that the three, uh, but yeah, the dialogue was just so bad. It was just horrible. They were bad. Um, yeah, there's a bunch of videos online where what was it? There's a great line when he's talking to Padme about growing up at Tatooine, and he was comparing it to Naboo, and he was talking about the sand and stuff. It is so bad. If you haven't seen it yet, I mean, if you haven't seen it, I mean, there's a bunch of YouTube video clips out there where people edit it to make fun of it. It is those lines are just so bad. I felt so sorry for the actors having to gone through those saying those lines because actors they know they're bad lines, but they're paid to say them. They're paid a lot of money to say them. So guess what? You say them. So yeah, I was on a oh I was on a TV show um, that lasted a season, a couple of years, about 10 years ago or so. It was on network television. I'm not going to name the name of the series. It lasted about a season, and it it was like it was a police, medical EMT that type of show. Kind of like an emergency and things like that. Um, it was so ludicrous. It was like disaster of the week. It was a weekly series, and it was a disaster of the week, and we all had to, you know, the, I was on set, and we all had to do the lines and everything, and it was just so bad. um, the situations they were putting us in were just outrageous. I was playing out of all things a police officer, right? Um, where are my barrels? There they are. One of the episodes where they had a couple of emergencies going on during each episode had like a couple of emergencies, right? Where our heroes have to respond to it, and they all build up to the big emergency at the end of the episode. But the first couple of emergency things they respond to, they're minor ones. So one week's the teaser emergency, the emergency that supposedly tries to get your interest involved in the show. was a guy was driving through a park, and a deer comes crashing through his window, his into his car, which is, I mean, yeah, that's true. It happens. In fact, it's pretty bad when it happens. But this was just so cheesy. When I was on the set that day, the way they filmed it was they had a uh, a driver in a car, a stuntman in a car, driving a vehicle fairly slowly down a park road. We were like in a city park. It was actually in the city, even though it was supposed to be out there somewhere, right? Um, and driving down a park lane, and the some of the PA's protection assistants were standing along the side of the road in the bushes, and they had this big old giant stuffed deer. And I'm not joking. It was a big old giant stuffed deer, life-size stuffed deer. As the car was driving along, they would throw the deer at the car, and they would film it because they filmed it from the inside of this deer coming flying at the car, and the way they filmed it made it look like it was fast enough, so it's just a blur, but it was definitely a deer. I mean, that thing, it was so cheesy. It was so we were laughing so hard because this deer was it was just this big old stuffed deer, and the PA folks had the the stage people had put fake blood on it and everything else like that, and it looked kind of realistic. So we all took pictures with it. But the thing was, it was so hilarious. It was just, I don't know, you had to be there. And this car would drive along, and they would throw the deer at it, and then the director would say cut, and then they would rewind everything. They'd drag the deer back off into the bushes again, and they would pull the car back, and they would do another take, and then the car would come up, and they'll throw the deer onto the hood again, and then, you know, the deer didn't hit right. It like hit too far on the passenger side, or it didn't hit the window properly, so they have to do it over again. Then they get the one shot, and then, of course, you need to see it from different angles, right? Because it's an action shot. So then they have to reset to film it from a different angle, and now the car is still going down the road, and it's now they have to throw the deer at a different angle to make it look like. So they're going to look at it from the now they're taking it from not the inside of the vehicle, but from the outside of the vehicle, right? So you see the deer flying onto the front of the hood of the car. So they got to do that. I mean, by the end of the day, this scene took about 4 hours to film for what lasted all about 10 seconds on in the final episode. Um, and man, that poor those poor PAs were just they were getting very tired of throwing that deer by the end of the day. Um, it was pretty funny. And so anyway, my role I was a police officer, so showed up at the deer scene of the deer with the guy there in a car, supposedly, trapped. He was trapped by the deer in the car. It was because the deer came crashing in through his window, landed up on his lap, and now he's trapped, pinned behind this dead deer. Um, so the now they had to put the deer in the car, and then we had to try to get the guy out of the car, and we had to pull the deer aside, and eventually the deer was laying there on the side of the road in the background while they were doing the EMT stuff on the guy. So there was like this fake stuffed deer, so they had to put like all this fake deer blood all over everybody. And then they had to put a pool of deer blood on the ground where the where we had pulled when we pulled the stuffed deer off of the guy. We flopped the dead deer onto the pavement. So then when the director yelled cut, the stage crew, they came up and they poured fake blood all over the place. So there's this pool of fake blood, and it was just so cheesy. I mean, to its credit though, it was not meant to be a really serious show. It was meant, it was just one of these silly shows, and yeah, it looked, I have to admit, the deer crashing into the car looked pretty good on camera, and just yeah. But like I said, the show only lasted one season. I was hoping to last more seasons, but it didn't. So anyway, so that was one. That was one experience I had on set. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, it took a whole day to film it. Uh, Most of the time was just sitting there watching them throw the deer against the hood of the car over and over again until they finally got that shot. Then they would bring us onto the set, officially onto the set, and then we would do our scene, etc. By the time that whole scene was done, we had been on set about 10 hours or so at that point, and it was a 40-minute show, an hour show. So, and that was just one of the emergencies or one of the incidents of that show. There was like going to be there's three of them. There typically were three emergencies, two minor ones, and then one major one. So you know, so it took about there's one episode took about 4 or 5 days to film, and there were long days on set. Man, were they long days? But you know, being on set's always a lot of fun. I enjoyed it and always had a lot of fun doing it. I haven't done it in a while, and I kind of miss it. Let's see. Oopsie. There you go. That's kind of floating too, isn't it? Yep, that's floating. Oh, maybe not. Nope, optical illusion. I thought it was floating. Okay. Um, what was one of the other ones? That was on that show. I did I was in almost a bunch of the episodes, not all the episodes, but I was in a whole bunch of them. One of the things is because I have been a police officer I am a police officer, is that what I found out is that I qualify as being a what's called a precision driver. I didn't even know that until this person my agent, she called me up one day and said, "Hey, I got something for you." And I said, "What is it?" And she goes, "You're playing a police officer again." And I said, "Okay, always a police officer." She goes, "Do you mind driving?" And I said, "Driving what? I'm not driving my own car." She goes, "No, no, 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 no. You'll be driving your car, not your car. I mean, their car. But they're looking for someone who can do precision driving." And I go, "What is that?" And she goes, "Oh, you're great you'll be great for that." And turns out she had already submitted me in as a precision driver without even asking me. So what is precision driving? So if you ever see those commercials on TV where the car commercials where they always says do not attempt do not attempt this. This was performed on a closed track, by a professional driver, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's what a precision driver is. You get to do stuff like that. The key there, though, the precision aspect of it is that I found out when I got on set. The driving part is not the hard part. Doing those fun tricks and things like that, you can learn it pretty quickly how to do it. The key, though, the difficulty is and this is where the precision part comes into play, is being able to do it over and over again and doing it almost exactly the same way every single time. Because what happens is that they, just like any set, any shot or whatsoever, they set up the lighting, they set up the camera, and everything's all set up, and they do the first take, and then they got to do a second take, and then they got to do the third take, then they got to do fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, all from different angles and everything like that. So then when the editor gets a hold of it, they can splice it all together to make it look kind of cool. But you have to be able to, you have just like in acting, and you have to be able to hit what's called hit your marks. You have to be able to be in the same location at the same time every single time. So if you're like saying something, like you're speaking some sort of dialogue, and you're acting with somebody else, right? Every single time you do that scene, you got to hit your mark. In other words, by the time you say this certain line, you have to be, in this part of the room, or you have to have picked up something or something like that. The reason why is because, like I said, is they set up all the cameras and things, and those are set, and it takes a long time for the lighting and everything to be set up. Uh, and all the focusing and all the lighting is arranged so that it optimizes and makes um, everything look good, assuming you're going to be where you're supposed to be uh, at that, you know, at the time. And if you don't, all that effort that they put into place to light up all the lighting, put all the set design up there, and put the camera in focus and everything is for naught because now they got to change it. And if every single take they have to realign all the cameras and everything else like that, you can see how pretty soon everyone on set's going to be not very happy with you. So that's for regular acting, but precision driving is actually the same thing. So when you watch those car commercials and things like that, the thing is that they got to do that same stunt over and over again, and it has to be almost as exactly the same as much as possible every single time because the cameras are set up, the lighting's all set up, and they do the take. And and if you don't do it right, if you don't do the same every single time, it kind of wastes a shot. So on that set, on that show that I was on, the emergency um, medical emergency show that I was on, um, we would have to. One of the scenes I did was for precision driving. Yeah, and but oh, by the way, if you're a precision driver, you actually get paid more, which I found out too. It's like, okay, I'll do precision driving. That's when I asked my agent. It's like I asked, well, is there any benefit to it? She goes, yeah, you get a bump in pay, and I go, sure, sign me up for that one. Um, so on one of the episodes that we did, there was a helicopter landing, and in helicopter landing because they had to like take the guy away, right, to something or another. But there was also a bunch of police cars that would be pulling up, and it was supposed to be this dramatic shot where the helicopter's landing and the police are all showing up at the same time, blah blah blah. Um, I had to drive one of the police cars, and it wasn't very far. It was like 5 feet. Um, and the helicopter wasn't really a helicopter. It was a fake helicopter. It was already there on the ground, and they had some huge fans blowing to make it look like it was actually moving. It was actually um, with the camera angles and stuff like that. They made it look like it was landing, but actually, this thing was only like half of a helicopter. They had like cut it apart into little pieces, so they could get the camera inside. Um, but anyway, so I had to drive a patrol car about 5 feet, and they put a little mark on the ground, literally a mark on the ground, for me to hit. And for about 4 hours or so, uh, because they had this helicopter, they wanted to use as much as possible, so they were taking all sorts of footage with it and stuff like that from all different angles. For 4 hours, I had to drive forward about 5 feet, stop, put in reverse, back up, when they okay, so drive forward 5 feet, hit my mark, director says cut, then they'll be reset, so I would have to put it back in reverse, and I would have to back up 5 feet, and the director would say action, and I would have to drive it again forward 5 feet. It's exactly the same spot, stop, then again and again and again for about 4 hours or so. 4 hours, the entire time I was just sitting there, just pulling forward in a patrol car, rolling forward 5 feet, over and over and over again. Oh my God, was that boring? Um, but hey, it was. I mean, it was fun, but it was boring as heck. I mean, geez, after like about the 10th time you do it, it's like, kill me now. um, but yeah, so that's precision driving. So if you also have seen some of those car commercials, where it's not the crazy drivers, right? Those are really highly paid stunt drivers, and they're paid a lot of money to do those. But just the regular car driving, down the road or whatever, or across the bridge or something like that. Not doing any fancy tricks or burning rubber or anything. Um, some of those were me driving in those cars. So Of course, you can't see me. That's the purpose, right? That's I mean, you're not supposed to be able to see the driver because they want you to think they want the viewer to imagine themselves in the car, so you never see the driver. So, but anyway, so if you watch that, that's me. It's it's called precision driving, and it's fun. So they also do that for the precision drivers, even for those ones with lots of stunts and things like that. They'll use precision drivers for the parts of the commercial or whatever where they don't have the really complex stunts. And the reason for that, for good or for bad, is because the stunt drivers get paid a heck of a lot more because they're really good at what they do, and for just driving around without doing fantastic stunts, they could use someone like me, who is trained as a driver, who can hit the mark over and over again because I have to go through driver's training and every year, emergency vehicle training every year as a police officer. So I know how to move a car around and go pretty fast and things like that, as you can imagine. So it's much cheaper to use me for those type of things, where it's not like going up on two wheels, those type of stunts, and then get the stunt driver in when necessary to do the more complex things. So which is fine by me. And let's see. So let's see. It's going back to no, they've just been talking along here. Um, so what have I been doing? So I've been putting, as you saw, so you're probably watching this. I've just been adding exit signs, exit ramp, speed limit signs, putting in some merge signs around, also putting in some barrels. You remember the barrels I was looking at, which I really like those barrels. um, so let's take a look. Let's see what it looks like so far. Let's jump into this 87 Caprice and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, not bad. Minus the overpasses being way too steep. Um, like I said, there's a new mod out that came out called realistic interchanges. I believe it's called realistic highway ramps, um, which make them look pretty good. I'm gonna have to. Oh, look, a tree in the way. That's no good. Let's get rid of the tree. Like I mentioned before, there was one of these mods that was like reloading somehow populated everything with trees everywhere. So I cleaned up most of them, but there's still some of them popping up every once in a while in the middle of freeways or middle of buildings and stuff like that. So I'll get to them. So I was gonna show the terrain, the mesh. Let's see. Let's look at this here for a second. Okay, we'll say goodbye to these guys for a little while. So this is the mod I was talking about. The theme mixer. So you can change different themes. Um, you can download these. You can find them on the workshop. Here's one, an autumn theme, which makes it look more like autumn. The one I'm using is a combination of Western Coast and also of Caledonia, and also Cedar Valley. I have a mix of all of those three in here to try to get this look here. Okay. Um, I saw someone who used a combination of Cedar Valley and Caledonia to really recreate Los Angeles, and it looked really good. But yeah, I did that, and I didn't really want to make it look like Los Angeles, so it was a little bit too much like Los Angeles. So I did a little bit of a mix, more of a kind of like a deserty Southwest look. So anyway, so you can load that. That starts with your basic baseline theme there, and then you can customize it. So you can have it textures for these different things like the grass, ruined areas, gravel, cliffs, sand, blah blah blah. And you can also change how often the texture repeats. So in other words, as you watch the grass, as I'm increasing here, so these are the number of tiles, the texture tiles that you're putting on there. One key example is if you look in the background here with the cliff texture. I think it's cliff texture, right? Yeah. Let me. If I go do this, and you see how there suddenly looks like it's this pattern here. That's because the cliff texture is now repeating itself. So this little dial here changes how many times the texture is going to be used over and over again. Um, so you can play with that to get different effects. I pretty much put it almost all the way down to the bottom. Same with the sand, blah, blah, blah. You can also change the color of things, like in the areas that are fertile, forest, fields. You can change them to different colors you want to fine tune them a little bit more to make to like the colors you want. Uh, There are also different sprites that you have. You know, the grass sprites, you can turn them off, so those all disappear if you want something that looks a little bit more smoother. Or you can turn the grass sprites back on, so you got a little grass there. You can show fertile sprites, which aren't there, and also show rock sprites if you want on there. I kind of like the grass one, because, I mean, without the grass, it looks a little too flat. Yeah, it looks more like prairie or something, I don't know what. Somehow this one looks a little bit more rocky, deserty. Other things you can do, you can also have different textures for the water. You can change the water color. It's, and let's see what structures. You also have different textures for structures. Atmosphere. You can change the latitude and longitude, just like in the other one, the ultimate eye candy one. You can change the latitude and longitude, change the size of the sun, sun and and nas and this whatever that word is. uh, Exposure, Rayleigh scattering, which is the amount of blue in the sky. So you can go ooh, and then it gets really dark there. So how much scattering in the sky you want. So if you wanted to make it look like Mars, you can make it look like Mars. That was saying before. So let's put it back to where it was, about right there. I think it was about right there, somewhere around there. It's intensity of star, outer space intensity, moon size, blah blah blah. Change the texture of the moon if you want a different moon. You can also do weather. So you get the fog and rain, and you can set the different temperatures. Go. I usually don't do the weather. Uh, I don't know. The rain just doesn't look realistic to me. It's just I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me, so I always turn off the rain. The fog is good. Distant fog, because especially if you have a not so great computer like this one is. This is not a great computer. It hides a multitude of sins by putting in fog far away. So let's see what else. There's your color collection. I use the Relight Warm one, which gets this color here. You can change. No, I'm not going to change it because it's going to mess everything up. Then you can save the. You can also do pre-saves. Save it away. So it's kind of cool. It's called Theme Mixer 2. Highly recommend that mod. Works really well with. Didn't have any problems of uh, of compatibility issues or anything else with it. Compatibility issues with it. So. Let's see now. Hold on 1 second here, folks. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna edit this. I forgot to do this. Edit this live stream before I went live, because otherwise people can't find this. Let's see. see. I always forget to do this. One of these days I'll learn. I'm still learning how to doing this. So one of the things I was told is you need to update, you need to put the tags in as you're going live. Great. Because otherwise people won't find it unless they're already subscribed to your channel. And the recording date, so I need to add recording date, I need to add the category, it's going to be games, it's going to be city skylines. Great. And then and language is going to be English, American English. Great. So now hopefully people when they're searching for things will find it. Cities, skylines. Right. Okay. So hopefully now when I'm people will be able to find this video. Okay, so let's go back to this now again. Oops. Okay, where are we? Here we are. Okay, great. Yep, one of these days I'm going to remember to add the keywords in before I go live. Where did my city go? There's my city. Okay, so where were we? We were adding signs. So I think we got pretty much this interchange done here, I think. We have this interchange done, you know. Oh, maybe not. Let's add some more signs here. So let's see, look at our merge sign. Let's do the merge. Merge sign here. And I want to do another merge sign over here. And like I said, I can't wait to try out that new realistic highway mod. I downloaded, like I said, I downloaded it today, earlier this afternoon. I just didn't get a chance to really look at it because I totally messed up my mods earlier today and had to straighten that all out. So I'll probably take a look at it sometime this weekend. Let's see, so let's use move it to move this guy over, move this sign over, move it over there, and then do page down a bit to lower it down to the ground. Oopsie, I'm not, there it is. There you go, okay. There's that one. Let's see what else. So we got that. We got the barrels. We got the exit speed signs in there. We got the barrels in place. Got the exit signs in place on this side. Okay, let's look over here. We need merge signs over here too. Let's do the merge signs over here while we're here. Okay, let's see. So, oh no, we got a merge sign there. But do we have a merge sign over here? And we have a merge sign over here. Okay, I already did this. I thought I did this interchange already. Yep, I finished this interchange already. Got the barrels in place, got that in place. Let's check this one over here. How about over here? Got the merge sign there. I got that sign there. Actually, that's a... Yeah, that's right. Okay, got the merge sign over there. Got the wrong way signs going there too, so people don't drive onto that. Oh, I also I put in the airport sign too. A couple days ago. Put that in there. It's because the airport coming up. And let's check out this interchange here. Got that. Got the exit speed sign. I think I got the exit speed sign. No, I don't have an exit speed sign over here. I don't think I do. Nope, no exit speed sign. So let's put one here. And the asset package I'm using for these signs is called DOT signs. It's pretty good. They actually match the U.S. Department of Transportation signs because there was a standard for the signs. I found it to be the most comprehensive pack of all of them. There's a bunch of different ones out there on the workshop. I found this one to be the most accurate and following the actual standard itself. So let's see. So I got that. Got that. Oh, the other mods I loaded on here was the north. Oopsie, that's kind of that's messed up. Here we go. Oops, no, I don't want that. I want this guy here. There you go. The North American siren sounds. So I downloaded that. So it replaces the siren sounds with ones you would find in North America, United States, for like the ambulance and the police cars, because the European ones were driving me crazy. And let's see, let's make sure we got them over here. We got that over there. Got that. Yep. Okay, so this intersection is done. Wait. Oh, maybe this intersection. Oh, wait, no, this intersection is done. Is it done? No, is there? No, this one's not done. Sorry about that, folks. I got distracted by making sure the video stream was working right there, so I totally lost track of where I was. So let's see. Let's put the merge sign back in here. Look up merge. And I'm using Find It, as I mentioned earlier. This is another mod here. Find It's great to you just type in the name of the object you're looking for, and it will pull it up for you, so you don't have to dig through all those silly little menus trying to find them all. Find the assets you want, especially if you have a whole bunch of them. This comes in very handy. So there's that one there. Let's see over here. Do we have an exit sign over here? Spin you around. Spin you around. Got the exit sign. Got that. Got the 40 miles per hour. Great. Okay. One of the other mods I picked up was related to the mass transit called MOM. I haven't had a chance to play around with that one. It's supposed to allow you to build above ground metro lines, and it's supposed to be a much better model for the metro lines itself. I haven't had a chance to try that yet. I just downloaded that yesterday too, so that's to come. Let's see. Let's do an exit sign there. Should I number this? I should number these. Yeah, why not? Let's number them. I'll just try that again. Exit sign is going to be, we want the, once again, we want the procedural exit sign. I mean, we want something that we could type into. That one. Convert it into a procedural object. And then plop it down here. And then I want to move it and use the right mouse button to rotate it around. Remember, I can't use move it to move procedural objects. That's not allowed. They're not compatible. You have to use move it to. You have to use. You have to click on the procedural object to be able to move it. Do edit. Text customization. Oops, put it over there. Add a text field. I think the other one was 25. This is going to put this one at 20. It's 20 miles back. So then I'm going to increase the size of the font, make it bold. Put it right there. Make it a little bit bigger, maybe. A little bigger. There you go. And that's all you need. So now you got exit 20. Ta-da. Yeah, so procedural objects are not really hard at all to use, as you can see. And they give you a lot of flexibility. Oh, I got that there already. And they give you a lot of flexibility to be able to create your own signs. So you can recreate whatever, whatever town, whatever city, whatever you want. And it's not just restricted to road signs, because you can add it to things like sides of buildings and stuff like that too. So if you want to name a building something else, you could do that. But what you do want to do, though, is what I found out, is you want to try to find a if you're going to be doing that, you want to find you want to try to get a version of the object as blank. It doesn't already have writing on it. The reason for that is that although it does obscure the writing underneath, if you're careful, sometimes it pokes through and just looks kind of crappy. So if you can possibly do it, I recommend that you find a blank version of those things. So, okay. Oh, so the other thing I did was, yeah, see, I thought this was going to happen. So I did this other, yeah, look at that. Okay, so there was a couple of mod packs a while ago for to make the roads look like they're from North America, because because City Skylines was actually developed, I believe, in Finland. Is that right? And it was built in Europe. So the roads when they came out, they look European. They don't look like they're from the United States. So people did some mods on it to make it look like the United States. And well, over the years, some of those mods broke, just because. So, and some of them had been some of the more important ones that a lot of people were using were broke, and they were just kind of they were abandoned, right? Because they just lose interest in the game, and all these people were dependent upon these mods, but now they're broken. So what happens is that some people have taken upon themselves to try to update the mods, which is all fine and dandy, and it's great, and I love that people are doing that. But some of them are still works in progress. Like this one's still a bit of a work in progress. So the ones here actually add signal lights, and the signal light by default shows up on the near side. So if you're driving up here, it shows up on the near side of the intersection instead of the opposite side of the intersection. So typically in North America, it actually shows up. In general, they usually show up on the opposite side. So what the modder did, which is very nice, the modder, is they put a they did they have a version of the mod that's for the near side. They have the version of the mod that'll put the lights on the far side. So unfortunately, though, one of the other mods relies upon the signal lights being on the near side. So you have to have you have to have the mod loaded that has the signals on the near side. But it puts in signals there, even though you may want to have them on the opposite side. So you get this weird problem here where you have double lights going on. This weird double light thing going on, which is fine. Just looks a little weird. The modder is still working on it, so I'm anticipating this issue will go away fairly shortly. But yeah, so right now it just looks a little funky. I'm not too worried about it. But what I do want to do is I want to do this here though. But I do like the signal lights. Do not enter. There we go. Let's put the do not enter signs here. Oopsie. Come on. Give me the do not understand. Spin you around. Put it right there. And put you right here. So that people won't drive down the freeway. I can't tell you over the years how many people I've stopped who were attempting to go onto the freeway the wrong way. There we go. In real life. Let's see. So there's that one. Let's see. That's a freeway entrance, right? So let's add a freeway entrance sign on the side. Most times that when people enter onto the freeway the wrong way, they're typically drunk or something, but sometimes just people just get lost. And they'll turn the wrong way onto the road. Like, for instance, here, they don't. If you're driving along here, you may not know this is a freeway entrance. You may just turn right here if you're not paying attention, and suddenly you're heading the wrong direction. Luckily, someone will catch you before you run head on into somebody. Like I was mentioning the other night, if you're ever driving down the road, like a freeway or something like that here in the United States, and all the little lane markers, they turn red at night, as you're looking at them, that means you're going the wrong way. Because those little lane markers, in most states, in most places, they're designed so that if you are going down them the wrong way, they will turn red. So from your point of view, they will look red. And it's a very bright red. So if you ever are driving down the road and suddenly the lane markers all turn red, you need to stop, pull over, and turn around because you're going the wrong way. Okay. Or at least pull over and stop and see what the heck is going on. Because they should not be red. You should not be seeing them red. Okay, there we go. Do not enter there, do not enter there, freeway entrance there, freeway entrance there. Let's see, we got a merge sign over here. We do not have a merge sign over here, I don't think. Nope, no merge sign. Oh, maybe we do. What the heck is that sign? Oh, low flying aircraft. Oh, I put that in there a couple days ago. Okay. Let's put a merge sign here. And is this a 3-lane 2 to 3? Yeah, it is a 2 to 3. So it's a merge in with a new lane. Let's find that sign. Let's see. Not the right lane end sign. Come on, where is it? Yeah, the problem is find it's great, but at least you have to know the name. When you don't know the name, it gets a little bit. You still gotta start. Okay, let's do this. Let's do right lane. There it is. There you go. And let's see, do we have an airport sign on this side? I think we do. Yep, we do have an airport sign on this side. Yep, there it is. Okay. So I think we need an airport sign, an exit sign here. We do. And this one's going to need to be a procedural object also. So we do exit sign. Let's look for the one that we can type on. Where are you? There you are. To convert it into a procedural object. Plop it down. Move it. Move to, because procedural objects can't move it, doesn't work on procedural objects. Okay, let's get a better look at this guy here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we can add the letters here, edit here, text customization. I think I called this exit, I think this exit number 20, is that right? 20? I think it's 20. Add a text field, 20. Bump up the spacing, size, alright. There, make it bold, move it over. There you go. Close that out, close that out. There you go. Exit 20. So like I said, procedural objects, once you get the knack of it, they're pretty easy to do, pretty handy little things. So, oh wait, did I put a exit 40 mile per hour? Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. Did I put a 40 mile per hour exit sign here? Yes, I did. Yep, did. Got it. Great. Now let's put one over here. Let's put a merge sign here. Merge sign over here. This is a true merge, right? Yep, that's a true merge. Great. So I got that there. And I got the do not enter, do not wrong way signs over here. Wrong way. Great. Okay, cool. So we now I think we've done that one. That freeway. Let's go down the road here. Here's my blimp. I don't think anyone's using my blimps. 0 passengers out of 35. Yep, no one's using the blimps. Well, at least they're pretty in the sky. Fun to look at. And I can never click this exit, and I don't want to accidentally delete them. There you go. Oh, let's take a look at an airport, by the way, since we're here. So I downloaded a bunch of different, whoa, that's way too bright. Okay, let's flip on the side. So I downloaded a bunch of different aircraft, and I wonder if it's using them yet. Nope, these are props. I don't see any airplanes in the sky. Airplanes in the sky, where are you? Like I said, I downloaded a bunch of mods, and I was messing around with the assets and the mods and things, and I broke everything. Earlier today I had to reload everything. So I think some of the things are just not... I think the airplanes are one of the ones that got broken and haven't been fixed yet. So I need to fix that. Yeah, I don't see any airplanes in the sky. Oh well. No air travel for you. But there's blimps. There are blimps that nobody uses. So if people need to do air travel, they can go into blimps. Okay, so let's label these guys here. Okay, I need an exit sign here. So this is going to be exit 21. 21A and 21B. This is going to be 21A and 21B. Convert into procedural objects. I've done that before by accident. Forget to convert it. Okay. Move it. Move 2, move 2, because move it doesn't work with it properly. Spin it around so it's facing the traffic. Alright. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Put it there. Add, edit. Text customization. Move it over so I can see it. Add a text field. This is going to be 21A. Increase the size. And make it bold. And move it right into place. It's a little bit too big right now. It's falling off this thing. There we go, 21A. Great. Exit 21A. And that means this one over here is going to be exit 21B. I already have an exit sign here, but I'm going to get rid of it and turn this. Whoa, look at that. Where are you going? Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so you're going away here. Bulldoze you away. Oops. See you later. Okay, convert you into procedural object. Oops. Procedural. Oh crap! Did I just do that? Yeah, I did do that. Foo. Oh come on. Oh, don't do this to me. Let's see. Let's get rid of it. Oh, come on. I know you see it. Yeah, oh, foo. Hate it when that happens. Oops, got it there a second ago. Man. I don't want to accidentally... Okay, I'm going to have to do this. Oh, it still won't let me delete it. The heck? It's like signed from... Okay, oh, okay, there it is. So, let's move to here. Now that we've completely lost track of where it's going to be. But I think it's going to be right around here somewhere. Okay, there we go. Let's just, while we're here, just add the layers there. Let's see. Edit. Add text. This is going to be 21B. Add a text field. 21B. B as in boy. Make it bold. Move this into place here. Exit 21B. Great. Do that. And hopefully we can reconnect this without this causing too much grief to our roads network. Move you out of the way. Let's see if we can do this here. Great. Hopefully that line still lined everything up, right? I didn't lose anything. Probably did. Well, maybe not. Yeah, a little bit off, but we'll fix that. Okay, so let's see. So I want to move this guy back over. Let's just do him first. This guy over here, 40 miles per hour. Great. Then we can move this guy here. Oops. Move 2. Spin it around a little bit more. There you go. And just because I'm going to adjust this road a little bit. This is a little bit wonky. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So that's 21B. Put some wrong way signs here. So I put this roundabout here. And it's glitching out like crazy. It's kind of annoying. That's glitching. One of these days I'm gonna be motivated enough to actually fix it, but we're not right now. Because tonight we're putting up signs. Wrong way. Spin you around. Put you here and put you here, which is where you're supposed to be. Right, okay. This is going to be a freeway entrance, right? Might as well do it here while we're here. Put it wrong way here. Okay, there we go. Wrong way right there. And another one wrong way right here. Go. And since we're putting wrong way signs, might as well just do this one over here too. Okay. We'll put a wrong way sign here. Spin you around a little bit. And put your wrong way sign there. Okay. Is that right? Did I do that right? Or did I put them backwards? Yep, they're the right way. Good. Okay, so while we're here, might as well do the merge sign. Merge. This is a merge, right? Yeah, it's a merge. So remember I was telling you the other day how one thing I don't like about the default city skylines is that you get situations like this where you get like this freeway and you have like no barrier between you and the freeway itself with this building here, which is really unrealistic. So what I usually do is I put a fence there and I also add some shrubbery to make it look like to make it more realistic looking. Because in reality, you really don't get a building butted up right against the freeway. Not in this type of area. In more dense urban areas, you get that effect, but not out here. So I'm gonna fix that. Oops, someone's being pulled over or something over there. Okay. Now this exit sign I'm gonna get rid of and replace. So one of the North American sounds pack for the sirens, it's kind of funny because they actually have some recorded PA in there where the cop is telling the guy to pull over, which is kind of funny. So let's convert into a procedural object, and then okay, then we're gonna edit it. Text. One of these days, I'm gonna learn to move this guy over here so it doesn't keep putting that off the screen. Oops. Okay, there we go. Add text field. I think I call this 21B, right? This is 21B. Make it bigger. Make it bold. Move it over here, 21B. There you go. And voila, 21B. Okay, let's see. So we did that. We did that. Do we have the wrong way signs over here too? Not yet. No wrong ways and no freeway entrances. So we go fix that. One here. One there. Put a freeway entrance sign here. There goes Mr. Siegel going by. This is Siegel. Oh, one of the other mods, a couple of the other mods I did, that talk about Siegel, that I downloaded and tried out is ones to change the actual people, and you actually can get a one that looks like a dog. Let's see. Let's look. I haven't really actually looked at him very well yet. So that one's generic. That always comes with him. Let's see. That's a generic one. Of course, they're gonna be all generic while we're looking at them, right? Another generic. I think that's a generic one. No, yeah, maybe. That's a new one. She's new. He's new. Okay, let's find someone that's moving. That's fine. Let's do this guy. Let's follow him instead. Okay. This guy's new. And he's... Oh, we're going underground. Oh, lovely. We're gonna ride the subway. Kind of riding the subway. Trying to ride the subway. Come on, turn over. Turn to the left just a little bit more, guy. So we don't seeing the clipping going on here. Oh, foo. Yeah, he's not gonna move. Okay, so can't see him. Let's see if there's anyone else going down the subway. Let's look for someone else going down the subway. People coming out of the subway. I wanted to look at that subway platform again. Yeah, and I know the like I said earlier, I downloaded the mod called MOM, M-O-M, which is the mobile let's see, a metro improvement optimization or something like that mod. Um, the side effect of that, of course, is it broke all my metro lines, which is why you're seeing that there. I just have to redo them all to work with the new mod. So I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'll get to around to fixing it. I do want to see someone going into that. I think she's going into that. Let's look at Scarlet Red here. I think Scarlet Red's going to go down into the subway. So let's follow her into the subway. Yep, there she goes. Going into the subway. Turn around, turn around, turn around. There we go. Oh, where are you going? Turn around. There we go. Subway platform. Ta-da! And we're all going to wait for the subway that's probably never going to show up. At least I don't think it's going to show up. I think I totally broke the subway system. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's broken. Yep, sorry folks, you're gonna be waiting here for a very long time. Um, I don't. They're all looking awfully white, aren't they? I think I need to fix the color mapping, toning a little bit. They're a little white, a little glowing white. So, anyway, she's new. She was in I think the 50s pack. Um, and the guy in the back who's doing this guy is new too. I think he's new too. I think he's like in the student pack I downloaded as one of the assets in the workshop. So it replaces the people. It actually adds to the people. And one of the ones you can actually download is actually a dog, an Akita, Japanese Akita. I haven't seen him running around yet, but yeah. So go check it out. Those are pretty cool. And I want to know what these people are. They like doing calisthenics or what are they doing? And this guy just gave up. He just like said, "Screw this! I've been waiting here too long." I think they're doing calisthenics, but yeah, you guys are gonna be waiting here forever. So we're not gonna wait for you guys. Okay, I just wanted to see underground into the subway system. Okay, so where were we? We were putting in signs. So there we go. Freeway entrance. Do not enter. There we go. That's fine. There we go. I think this interchange is done. Did that. Yep, this interchange is done here. And this one is not. That sign's wrong. That's really not, should not be here. That should be down the street a little bit. Come on. And now I can pick you up. I think. Oh, you're not a procedural object, are you? No. You're definitely pick upable. I'm pretty sure you're pick upable. Are you part of the... Oh, there it is. There you are. Hang on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Okay, I'm just going to move you down the road a bit. To here, because this is really where the industrial park is. Right, this is the industrial park. Yep, industrial park. Okay, so we're gonna move that there, and so I'll show you now how, like I said before, it's best if you can find an asset that's actually blank, but sometimes you can't. And like in this case here, like there's no blank version of this as far as I could tell. Oops, I didn't want to do that. So you're kind of stuck with what you got. Let's see, is that right? Okay. Oopsie. Oh, come on. Okay, you're kind of stuck with what you got, which is saying industrial park exit 19. But as I said, as we looked at before, down here, this is actually exit 21. So let's try to see if we can replace that exit 19 with exit 21. I do want to kind of rotate this guy just a little bit more. There we go. Oh, come on. Let's just rotate you just, oopsie, wrong way. Rotate you just a little bit more. There you go. And then we're going to move you a little bit over. So you're right under that lane. Okay, great. So I'm going to convert you. Oh, wait. Oh, foo. I got to convert you to procedural object before I put you down. Dang. Okay, so we're just going to replace you. Industrial. Park. There we go. Convert into procedural object. Okay, because we're going to get rid of this guy pretty soon. Let's put it over here. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to edit it. Edit. And then we're going to go text customization. Then we're going to try to find the where it should go. And it's probably way big. Yep, there it is. Okay, there it is. Exit 19. Okay. Like I've said before, this kind of works. So first off, what you want to do is you want to add a color rectangle. Because you want to blot this thing out. The problem, of course, is going to be finding the right color. Okay. Width, so you get a width of a height and 0, there it is. Whoa, too big, too big, too big. Excuse me. So you want to get it right, there you go. Oops, too small. Wish there was a way you can actually type in the numbers. This will make it a lot better. Okay, so I want to blot this out. Okay, so that's not blotted out, but what I need to do though is I need to change this color so it matches as close as possible as we possibly can get to this green. Okay, so somewhere around there. Okay, and then so that's that. So that's not blotted out. Then I can add. Now I can add my text 21B, right? and we want it to be big, and we want it to be big, and we want it to be, oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to add two of them. Okay, we want it to be big, and we want it to be bold, right? Question is where did it put my text here? Come on, where'd you go? Okay, so the thing that you do is one of the problems is making sure, not problems, but making sure that it's at the right layer. You want it to be up on top of the of your rectangle. I think this is it, right? Okay, I want to lock the color rectangle in place, and then I want this guy to be in the front, right? Come on. So the question is, where'd it go? Usually it's right here. Where did my text go? Is it up here? There it is. Okay, there it is. So that's one thing I don't like about this thing is the it gets a little bit weird trying to place this stuff um, when it gets off screen. So let's put it here. You see what I'm doing? As I have to reload it, put it back all the way up in the top corner, which is where 00 is. So now to move it, but unfortunately, as I'm moving it, I gotta get the thing back on the screen. So let's make it a little smaller. Oops. And there's also a little bit of a lag to it. It was just enough lag to make it just annoying. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's see what that looks like. Like I said before, okay, like I said before, it's best if you can find one that's already been this is blank because it looks better. Like, see, okay, so I got the 21B. You see that there, right? The color clearly doesn't match, and it's a little bit too big. So I can actually edit it. Let me just edit it one more time here. Oh, come on. It's like I said, one of these days I'm going to learn to put these windows in the right place. There it is. Okay. Edit. Text customization. So I want to, let's see, find it back on screen again. Okay, let's make the text a little smaller. Let's see, let's make it same size as this, so a little bit smaller than that. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Let's do it down to 50. How's that sound? 50. And then the color rectangle. The color rectangle is the is what I want to change. So it was definitely too light. So I want to make it a little bit darker. Problem is that as you can see, is that on screen, on this screen here is not the correct color. So let's see how that looks. That looks better. It's not perfect, but it will do. Okay, and then what I do want to do is I want to get rid of this other one though. Let's get rid of this other one here because we don't need it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Let's see. We'll see in a second. We'll find it. We'll find a truck and we'll jump into it. So, okay, great. Okay, so let's jump into a truck or somebody like this guy here, and let's take a look at that sign. He's probably going to be a little bit too close to it. We'll see. Yeah, yeah, not bad, huh? Not exactly perfect, but close enough. So, but like I said before, if you can possibly find one that's blank, it works much better. Um, because you gotta block out the other stuff, and it just doesn't work all that great. There you go, and that's exit 21B, and there we go. Ta-da! And like I said, this stuff's just not realistic. In fact, that just annoys me. Let's fix that now, because that's just annoying me. Okay, so small bushes. Let's look for some small bushes here. Well, let's look for a fence. How about a sound wall? There we go. Let's put a sound wall here. Hello. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Let's see. Anarchy is on. Prop anarchy is on, right? Prop anarchy. 2. Okay, great. Okay. Great. Let's just drag it all the way back here. Great. Now let's see what this looks like. Oops, whoa, way too high. Pause you guys for a second. Let's jump into a car. How about this guy here? Okay. Actually, let's jump into him. I want to jump into somebody that's on that lane. Fortunately, though, I can't see that. Oh, there we go. I can barely see him. There we go. Let's jump into him. There we go. See how much that looks much more realistic, right? Because you just don't get. And if we want to be really more realistic there, we can put some bushes there, right? Put some bushes. Let's get some bushes. Bush. Cluster of bushes. I don't want like lots of bushes. I just want some. Because in real life, you're just not. I mean, you do see that, but. And yes, I know these bushes are going into the building, so we'll see how these look like. Okay, let's jump into him again. Let's find another vehicle to jump into. How about this guy here? Okay. Yeah, see, there you go. I mean, oops. Yeah, well, yeah, that works. Not perfect, but, it'll do. Looks better, though. I mean, looks more realistic than what you had there before. Yeah. There you go. Yep. And then, let's see. We got that, we got that. And we got this guy here. That's now blocked off there with the sound wall. Up to the guardrail, which is fine. That goes to the corner. Great. Much better. And actually, you know what? Because we have that there, we really don't need this. But I kind of like it there. We'll like it. We'll keep it there. We'll just say that uh, the guardrail came in and then they built the sound wall, right? And they were just state workers, and they were just too lazy to rip out the guardrail, so they just left it there and they built a sound wall around it. Because you know what? That really happens in real life. Because they were contracted to do the sound wall, not remove the guardrail. So they don't remove the guardrail. There you go. Yeah, one time alongside the freeway, I one time found a freeway sign um, behind the sound wall. And the reason why it was behind the sound wall was exactly for that reason. I mean, the people building the sound wall, they were hired to do the sound wall, not remove the signs. So they just built the signs right. They built the sound wall right in front of the signs. So the freeway sign, which I thought was like that's interesting. Um, yeah, and as far as I know, that freeway sign is still behind that sound wall to this day, because I doubt anyone ever removed it. Okay, so we got that. We got that. This one's good here. What does that sign say? The sign should say International Airport. Look at that, International Airport. Oh, okay. International Airport with no planes. Because I broke the plane mod. I broke the planes. No planes. Everyone's on strike. So, okay, so we did that. We did this one. Let's see, did we do this one? Okay. Oh, we did this one here. We didn't do this one yet. Great. We didn't add there, so I'll do that here. So this is going to be 22A and B and A, because A is coming from the opposite direction, so this is going to be 22B. Convert into procedural object. There you go. Edit. Text customization. Add a text field. 22B. That's what we said, right? Make it bigger. There you go. And then move him. Make him much bigger. Okay. 22B. Oops. There you go. Ta-da. Okay, I know there's a way that you can actually save these and then just reuse them, so then I have to do create them every single time. But been too lazy to figure that one out so far. So someday. Let's see. Merge lane. Just like here. Eventually, these interchanges are going to change because, like I said, I got that new, more realistic highway ramp mod. As soon as I get that in place, I'm going to change these to those, because those new highway ramps look so much better. But until then, they're going to stick with this one. Because I want to put signs down today. Okay, let's see. Is that right? Yep, that's right. Okay, for those of you joining right now, thanks a lot once again for watching me put signs down. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're learning some stuff from this. Let's see. So there's a lot of things you can do with city skylines. It's not just a city growing game. It's truly become like a city modeling game. You can model cities. Okay, to your heart's content. And let's see. Let's put this here. Let's put that there. I always wonder with the games like this, where like Minecraft and this game, um, we have such a strong modding community. Any games actually that have a strong modding community. I know some games are. I mean, most games these days are built to be modded, um, but there are always some games that the modding community is extremely strong in. And sometimes I wonder what the developers, if they know that's going to happen, if they just wish it's going to happen, they suspect it's going to happen, or what. Okay, this one's going to move here. Okay, so I got the merchants in there, right? Let's get the wrong way signs while we're here. Wrong way. Wrong way here. Let's put that there. Put that one there. Put that one there. Spin you a little bit more over here this way. Okay, and then spin you guys around. I guess I can unfreeze everybody. They can still continue on with their everyday business here. Let me unfreeze you guys. There you go. On your way, folks. Okay. You know, there is that theory that we all live in a simulation. And a couple of pretty prominent people actually believe in that. I think Elon Musk believes in it, and I thought Bill Gates also believed in it. That was highly probable. I don't know sure if they actually believed it was, but they were. I think they believe that it's highly probable that we actually are living in the simulation. So, and one of the rationales was that um, given an advanced enough civilization and ability to simulate something, um, there's probably going to be a heck of a lot more simulations than there are realities. So the probability of us actually being in a simulation is actually greater than actually real life because of the fact that you can actually create way more simulations than reality. So, so what do you think? Do you think that we live in a simulation, folks? Do you think that we're living in someone's Cities Skylines game or Sim City game? You know, I mean, I kind of that logic reasoning where the fact that logical reasoning that there's a higher probability that we live in a simulation. You know, that's actually pretty sound, in my opinion. No, because once you're able to create a simulation, what's to stop you from creating a whole bunch of them? I mean, like this game here. Um, something could actually create a whole bunch of them. So, so yeah, so maybe we are living in a simulation. I mean, in many ways, does it really matter? You know, I guess it doesn't. Do the people the little Sims living in this thing here, this city skyline, really care that they're in a simulation? I don't know. Let's see. So we got that. Let's see. This is a freeway entrance from. This is an exit here. I don't know what number to call this exit. You know what? I screwed up a little bit with exit numbering. No, I guess not. Yeah, not. We can. Oh, I did. Oh no, I didn't. The reason why I'm thinking maybe when I screwed up with the numbering system is because, as I mentioned before, I have a border here that I put in place. Because this is actually representing two states slash countries or whatever. So I put a border here. So the way most freeway numbering systems work is that they start with they start at one border, one border, and they work their way up from there. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe I started wrong direction, but probably not. So these are 20. What did we say? This was. Oh no, yeah, I just messed up. Maybe. Yeah, I just messed up. Unless this state is only 25 or so miles across, we messed up. Oh well. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so since this is the first entrance into this freeway, this is going to be entrance number one. This is going to be 1A, 1A, 1B. Yeah, like I said, this find it mod is really useful. Spin this guy around a little bit. Edit. Customization. Add a text field. 1A. Boom. That looks silly with a space in there, so we're not going to do that. 1A. Make it a little bit bigger. There you go. Done there. That's it. 1A. There you go. And then we want the merge sign here. And we want my fun barrels. We want barrels here. Should I do? Yeah. Somewhere else. One of the other entrances. Excuse me. I put a bunch of the barrels as though someone ran into it. So I think I'm gonna do that again here. So that's kind of fun. There we go. And let's put this one here. Yeah. Yeah, someone came around that corner a little bit too quick and they crashed in that barrel. There you go. Ta-da, ta-da. So we got 1A, 1A, got that, we got that, we got that. We need this here. Actually, since that's coming off of there, that's not. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna put that to be a freeway entrance. Question is, do we have an end freeway sign here? I think we do. Yep, we do. We got a couple of them. Let's put this guy here. Let's put this guy here on this side. And then we are going to, I think, did that put it down, or are they floating? Are these guys floating? I think they're floating. Yeah, they're floating. I think. Yeah, they're floating. So I'm going to use the Move It tool to put them onto the, oops, come on. To put them onto the surface of the overpass. I'm using the page down key. There you go. And that will put that right on the overpass there. I'll do the same on this side because this guy's floating too. And I'm going to put page down key. Page up. Moves it up a little bit more. Is that right? That's right. Okay, great. I think that's not floating anymore. Yeah. Okay, where's the car? I need to jump into a car. Stop. I'm jumping into your truck. Into the flat nose semi. Let's jump into the flat nose semi. Okay, and of course I missed it. It said freeway ends though. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Let's continue on your way, Mr. Flatnose. And let's jump up here. We're going to put the other freeway end signs down here. Okay, let's put the freeway end sign. No, the freeway ends, the big one. Freeway ends in 1 mile sign. Put that there, and I'm going to put that there. And I think I can raise these guys up off the ground, because this looks silly. Pretty sure I can move these guys up the ground. Okay, let's do this. Select the guy. There we go. And I think I can go. Yep. Oh wait. Oh, foo. They're not. There's no pole. They have no pole. I wonder if I can add a pole. That's too high. That's too low. Do we have a pole? That's too tall. Flag pole? That has a flag on it. I don't want a flag. I just want a regular pole. Oh, this will kind of work. Yeah, this will work. Just a little bit of finagling here, but this will work. So I'm going to do a little cheating here. So right now it looks pretty crappy, but what we're going to do is we're going to sink these things into the ground. So they'll give the illusion of them being smaller than they are. There we go. Okay. Oops. I want to move you. If I I can select you. There you go. And I'm going to sink you into the ground. Oh, come on. Okay, I know why you're doing this. Let's see, where is it? I don't want you to follow the terrain. Oh, come on. Export, follow terrain. Where is that? I know there's a way I can sink you into the ground. I know there is a way. Okay, what is it doing here? Oh, foo. I know there's a way to do that. I just don't know how to do it. Let's just try to find another one if I can. Oh, crap. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Okay, so I gotta get rid of these. And I know there's a way. I know there's a way to sink it in. Whatever. Okay, so let's start over. Let's start over again. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do something different. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you. I'm gonna look for a sign that's the right height, and that's not gonna work. Will that work? That's too small. I want one that's wider. Will that work? That could work. I need a wide sign. That would probably be better. I'm just going to do a bit of fakery here. There we go. No one will ever know. Don't think. Yep. Let's see. Let's just move this guy a little bit closer here. There you go. And then let's just move him down a little bit. I mean, you know, in real life, they actually do this on signs. They'll just mount a sign on top of another sign. Because sometimes they just don't want to rip up the other sign, because it's easier just to mount a new one on top of the old one than having to rip up the old one and figuring out what to do with it, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of times they'll just put it right there. Let's see, is that the same sign? No, it's not the same sign. Where's the sign I was just using? Oh, where'd you go? That wasn't the same sign. Was it this one? I think it I thought it was that one. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, this will work. Okay, that one looks like crap. We're getting rid of that one. Oh, poo. And we get rid of the wrong one. Perfect. Okay, where'd that sign go that I was using? Pretty sure I had it here. This one will work too. Okay. Freeway ends 1 mile. Okay, and then we'll put that there. And then we're going to move it up. Moving on up. There you go. Okay, so let's see. Let's find a guy. Let's find somebody. Here comes someone. It's a 2015 Hyundai Sonata. Okay, let's see what. Ta-da! There's our industrial park sign. And there's our sound walls. And our bushes. Which are kind of overgrowing. A little bit. Great. And there's our little blimp floating in the sky right here. With no passengers on board. Oh well. There's our airport, next exit. Of course, that says airport there. There's low-flying aircraft, and then that says international airport. Hey, look, I'm going to the airport. Whoa, that guy is floating in the sky. Okay, we gotta fix these. I think they're all floating. Are they all floating in the sky? Those guys aren't. Yeah, that one was definitely floating in the sky. Okay. Zoom. What the hell is that? Octopus. There's a Seattle Space Needle. And up ahead on the right here, you see the Stargate, which I used as a metro stop. There's actually an asset out there that on the workshop that will make a Stargate being a metro stop. So, okay. Alright, looks like we're gonna go visit the Space Needle, maybe? Yep, looks like we're gonna go visit the Space Needle. Oh, maybe not. Nope, we're continuing on. It's a donut shop. Ice cream car. There goes our blimp again. 2 blimps in the sky. Freeway entrance. Low flying aircraft. Yeah. So I guess we just drop somebody off at the train station, maybe? Or drop someone off at the Seattle Space Needle? Twenty-one A, exit 21B, Industrial Park. Oh, I gotta fix that one. Exit 40 miles per hour. There goes a train in the background. There you go. So you see along this freeway, I put some bushes along the side of the road to try to make it look a little bit more realistic a bit. And that exit sign needs to be fixed. And there's a tree in the road. Actually, hold on one second. I'm gonna fix that tree. That tree does not belong there. Okay, and that tree goes away. That's just too annoying. Okay. And that exit sign over here needs to be fixed too. Where'd your exit sign go? There it is. Come on. Where are you? Oh, come on. Give it to me. Come to me. Select me. Select it. No, is it not going to select it? Looks like it's going to have to be there. Oh, ooh. We got it. Yes, we got it. We snagged it. Okay, let's see. Can we snag it again? Okay, there we go. Great. Okay, so we fixed that one. Let's see, resume game. Okay, now where's that Sonata? Let's go back in writing with him. There it is. Oh, he's a taxi. That's why. Remember I was mentioning earlier about, there's another tree. What is with these trees? I thought I got rid of most of them. There's another one over here. Might as well get rid of him while we're at it. Is there any more while we're at it here? Okay, looks like good. Let's jump back into our taxi cab. Yep, he's a taxi. It's picking up passenger Carol Gray. Anyway, I was mentioning earlier tonight about the polygon counts on things, and how you can do the Mesh It mod to look at the polygon counts and see what assets are huge polygon counts, which is driving down performance. And I said there's a bit of a balance that you need to make besides determining, whether or not you like the asset or not, and want to keep it or you want to get rid of it. One of the ones that is a high polygon count is at City Hall, which we just passed right by. There's only one of them in the game. It's not like I have a whole bunch of them. And I kind of liked it, so I'm keeping it in the game. Clearly, clearly if it was going to be a whole bunch of them, I would have gotten rid of it, gotten a replacement one. But it's only one, so think I'm willing to take the hit on that, the performance hit on it. Uh, there goes another tree that needs to be fixed, and there was a tree back here that needed to be fixed. Did we lose our Sonata? I think we lost. Oh, is that him? That is our Sonata. Carol Gray. Yep, there it is. I'm just interested to see what Carol Gray is. What is? Yeah, these trees are so annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna be finding trees forever, I think. Here's another one. Yeah, so I was redoing the mods, like I said, because I messed it up, and one of them, I'm not sure which one, and it wasn't a tree related one. I know that. It wasn't a tree related mod, but something in it. I think it was one of the theme things I loaded. Um, it just decided to add a whole bunch of trees everywhere. They weren't. I mean, it didn't respect the fact that there shouldn't be trees on the freeway, and on inside buildings and things like that. So it just put trees everywhere, including inside buildings, on bridges, and you name it, there were trees. Because I think I got rid of most of them already, but there's still gonna be stragglers running around. Let's see. I've been leveraging the fact of the bulldoze it mod. You can pick what you want to. If you bulldoze something and then you hold the mouse button down, it will continue, and you drag the mouse button around, it will continue bulldozing only that type of object. So it won't bulldoze other things. And that's kind of nice. Let's see, I'm just going to move these guys if I can. Oh, I didn't want to delete them, I just wanted to move you guys. There you go, great, okay. And I think I lost our Sonata. Is that Sonata? Is that the Sonata? There it is. Carol Gray. Yep. So my city's divided up into three main areas, three main downtowns. There's two on this side of the border, separated by the river, and then there's one on the other side of the border, which is more kind of like a Las Vegas. And see what I did here? I added a sound wall here and put some trees. The same problem as over there, the other place where the buildings were right up on the freeway. So I tried to fix that because it was. Um, so anyway, so this is the other urban core here. There's a lot of people at that bus stop. Okay. Let's see. Whoa, almost colliding with that one. A lot of people at that bus stop too. I think it's because I know it's because my metro system's busted right now. The only thing that's running right now is my. And there's another freaking tree. Um, the only thing that's running right now is my trains, and The buses. That's it. There's another tree right there growing in the middle of the track. Dang it. Go away, trees. Let's see if there's any other ones along this train track. No more. No more. Okay, great. Okay, Carol. Okay, let's find my Hyundai again. Whoa, another couple bushes. Like I said, I'm gonna be finding these trees forever, I think. Okay. You know, and while I'm here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the brightness down a little bit, or the ambient brightness, because everyone's is pretty kind of glary. See how that looks. Let's try this for a little while. Looking at these brown medians here in the middle of the road, I feel like I want to water them until everything is brown. And we just ran the yellow light. I think we've picked up Carol Gray now. But hey, if you live in a drought area, the medians are going to be brown. So I think we're heading for the freeway, so this traffic jam should be gone in a second here. As soon as we jump on the freeway. Some of the other mods assets I've downloaded, of course, are like the semi trucks here. I downloaded a bunch of different ones, like the Pepsi truck, the Conway Freight Lines truck, and things like that. They're all available in the workshop. They're pretty cool. Another tree right there. Um, yeah, I highly recommend it if you haven't. There's a Walmart truck. Save money, live better. Um, if you haven't had a chance to take a look at if you actually have never looked at the, now we get a advertisement of the Walmart truck. Um, if you haven't had a chance to look at the workshop before or didn't exactly know what it was about, so on Steam, you can actually go into the City Skylines, what's called the workshop, look for the assets. It's really easy. You just kind of like do a search or just browse around. Okay, we're not going to follow this Walmart truck. Okay. Just browse around till you find the one you like, and all you gotta do is just hit subscribe, and that'll automatically incorporate that into your game, and it will show up. You got to go into the content manager, which is right over here under, let's see, under options. No, actually not in this. You have to actually at the load screen, you'll see it says content man. There'll be a content manager. So what you want to go into there is you want to go in there, and you want to you'll see all your assets that you loaded, and you just want to make sure they're enabled. And once you enable them, they'll suddenly start appearing in your game. It's that simple. So you do got to be careful though. Some of these assets on there, like I said before, they're a little bit heavy on the polygon count, so they will slow your game down or slow your machine down. So my recommendation is load a few at a time until you can figure out how this all works. Get the mesh mod, so you can check the mesh count on things once you load it up there. But you know, if you're just starting to begin with the mods and stuff like that, begin with the assets, just load a few at a time, fire up the game, see how it runs. You know, if one of them decides to start making your machine grind to a halt, then just remove that one, um, and that's it. There's a whole bunch of them on there. You name it, you can find it on the workshop. So you can get even motorcycles. They got like I got a Honda Goldwing running around in here, and there was a Ducati that I had in here, but there was way too many polygon counts, so I got rid of it. It just was slowing everything down. Let's see what else. Oh, there was the Back to the Future car, the DeLorean's on there. Did that one. There's the Tron Light Cycle. Someone made a Tron Light Cycle one, so you'll see that floating around once in a while. You'll see the Pizza Planet truck from the Pixar movies. I also found that asset on there, and so you'll see that running around too. So yeah, so you can find all sorts of things. You saw up ahead there's a hovercraft car that someone made. So right here there's a hovercraft, which is kind of fun. I don't know what this is. This is some sort of weird motorcycle I found. So anyway, there's a hovercraft car, which I thought was kind of fun. Um, let's see, you get a Tesla on there. You name it, bunch of different pickup trucks. I got a bunch of different Fords running around in here, Ford pickup trucks running around. Um, and they also have different eras. So I got some pretty old cars from the 50s Cadillacs, also on here too. But anyway, so I recommend checking out the workshop. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the assets. Try them out, and you know, look at the ratings on them. If you're just beginning, start with the ones that are highly rated, and read the comments on them. The comments are usually pretty good on most of them, and if they are like not optimized, that their polygon count is too high or whatever, someone will usually mention in the comments that this is not optimized, or at least several people will usually mention in the comments. So uh, yeah, so check it out. They have different trains too. So they got the TGV, which is from France. I downloaded that. Um, Now with Cities Skylines, the mass transit edition DLC, you get monorails. So I downloaded the Disneyland monorail. So my monorail system, which is only one line with two stops, now has the Disneyland monorail running around on it. So the other thing you want to look at, especially if you're doing vehicles, is there's different types of assets. There are assets that are called props, which is the props. They don't move. Um, you can plop those down anywhere you want. Uh, if you want to put them in a parking lot or put them in front of a house or whatever, they'll stay there. They don't move. Those are the ones you want to avoid if you don't. If you not avoid, but if you're not going to be putting them around your city, they'll just be sitting there. You won't be using them, so don't download those. There's other ones that are just vehicles, and they'll stay on there. Those are the ones that will spawn, and they'll show up moving around your city. So, and oftentimes you'll see two versions of the same thing. So, like you'll see a prop version of a Ford pickup truck, and then you'll see a regular vehicle version of the Ford pickup truck. So, one will move, and one is just static. Whoa, that was a bit of a pothole there. So I think we're getting close to the edge of the map. Yes, we are. We're getting close to the edge of the map. Nope, but we're turning around. There you go. There's FedEx. Sometimes it's kind of fun, just kind of jumping into one of these vehicles like I'm doing here, and just kind of riding around it and seeing what you see. And he just despawned. So because I guess there's a big traffic jam up here. Yes, there's a big traffic jam up here. And there are trees in the road here too. One part of town that I haven't actually, that I've been neglecting a little bit, as you can tell. There's trees right in the freeway. Let's just get rid of some of these trees here. And no, the trees aren't slowing the traffic down. That probably needs, yeah, the traffic just needs to be managed there. Just, this is a neglected part of the city right there. So, yeah, there's trees everywhere. Goodbye, tree. Goodbye, tree. Look at this. Trees all over the place. And that tree can stay. These are kind of in a way. And these are in the way too. Okay, more trees. Go away, tree, go away. Okay, let's just get rid of some more of these trees here. So like I said, if you click on a tree or whatever assets you want, and you just like keep moving the bulldozer around while you're holding the mouse button down, it will only delete that type of assets. So I can actually drag the bulldozer down the road here and delete it. And I usually do that. I was doing that earlier on the freeway. Some of these trees that have spawned, I kind of want to keep the ones on the side of the road. So I don't want to accidentally, I want to minimize deleting those by accident. So I'm being kind of careful here. This is what I'm deleting. Like that one I kind of wanted to keep. Because I think that was actually on the side of the road. But let's see, I think that's... Anyway, so that's another way of deleting things. It also helps when you got the little small ones, that small trees that you saw there that are hard to get pinpoint exactly. By dragging around, it'll pick it up. Right. Okay, I think that this area is tree free. This area is tree free. That's not. There's a tree there. Oh shoot! Darn it! Ah. Okay, so that was a mistake. So hey, but these guys are all happy now. So I made a mistake. So what I'll do is I accidentally did a piece of road. I will just find it, and I will reconnect the road before all of these buildings disappear, because they're all disappearing really fast. Okay, and I think I'm gonna rezone this. Oops. Why can't I zone? Yeah, there's a bug. And I forgot exactly what how to fix it right offhand, but there is a bug. That I do know. There's a bug in one of the mods about zoning. I gotta read the instructions again. There's a way to fix it. So for right now, no zoning. So that's gonna have to remain blank for a little while. Dezoned. That's the problem of using the bulldozer. I mean, indiscriminately using the bulldozer. Okay, so here's more. Okay, any more trees in the middle of the freeway here? I think we got them all. I think we got them all. Great. Okay, cool. Great. Yeah, this is a little neglected area of the city here. I kind of, oh, there's some more trees over here on this side. This is kind of like a little town I built over here. And I kind of never really did much with it. So it's just been kind of sitting over here all by itself. And, yeah. So you can see how many trees I had to deal with earlier. Because the whole map was like this. It was annoying. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at that. So like I said, some of these trees that got spawned I want to keep. Like these ones in the middle here, they're kind of nice. I want to keep them. But the ones right in the middle of the street, you guys are going. This one needs to go too, I think. Okay, I think that gets all the trees on this side of town. Great. Hopefully they don't respawn again. Got all the trees, got all the trees over here, got all the trees over there. Great, okay, cool. Anyway, like I said, this little town, part of the town I created, pretty far away from the rest of the city. I think the city is way over there in the distance here. In fact, if we can find a car, I guess. Oh, you know what I think? Yeah, there's one thing that I broke by accident. Another thing I accidentally broke is I had a tunnel over here, and when I broke my mods, somehow the tunnel disappeared because I think one of the yeah, actually I know one of the mods I was using did tunnels so that you can actually be inside the tunnel and actually they'll be rendered. The tunnels themselves will be rendered. So when that mod got unloaded by accident, it removed the tunnel. So I'm gonna put this in here. There we go. Because I got a mistake there. Because I kind of wanted a taller tunnel. Yeah. Yeah. This tunnel was taller. This mountain was taller before, but I messed it up with the. I had messed it up with the previously with the previous tunnel thing I had. So let's see. I don't want to move sea level. I don't want to do that. I want to terraform this thing. Where is the terraform? Economy. Ground. No, that's not the ground resources. What the heck? It should be here. I thought there was more. Eh. I know there's more, but whatever. Anyway, I wanted to raise this mountain up back up a little bit more, but so yeah, so you can see this the tunnel here broke, but I'll fix that. Um, Not right now, but I'll fix it in a future installment. We'll fix that. Okay, so I think I am gonna call it a night here, folks. For those of you watching, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you learned a few things. Um, you saw we added some signs and things like that. Hopefully you can uh, try out some of the stuff that I showed you on here. Gussy up your own cities. Uh, and kind of like, take advantage of all that City Skylines offers you, because it's a pretty powerful little game. It goes way beyond what just being it's like a Sim City type of thing. Um, it's become more and more like a city modeling type of game. So if you're into that type of modeling stuff, it's a lot of fun. So have a good night, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas, and we will chat again soon.